Hi guys, I'm going to try and do this tonight. I wanted to get this done early, but I did not have things going on, and my kids are rowdy this evening, so hopefully I can get this done. I really wanted to do this outside, so I might do that next time. We'll see. Maybe Tuesday I'll do it outside. I'm going to start out with an Elena Fairchild Medicine Heart Oracle, and we will see. That'll kind of give us the flavor. Okay, I like these cards. So I'm in the basement, so you don't hear basement sounds. I will take that one. Ooh, I like that. So Yayos. Let's see what she has to say. Okay, I'm gonna put her there. Okay, so Yayos, I don't know. I'm butchering these names. And again, I just like to do like the basic message. So this is 206, so maybe number 25 or 206 means something to you. Okay. Honor the abilities and experience of others whilst also fully honor the abilities and experience of others whilst also fully owning and affirming your particular skills and understanding. Seek to nourish and be nourished by divinely seated talents within you and around you, for they are wrought into expression through a combination of human effort and spiritual grace. And each is valuable in its own way. Commitment and discipline to develop and express a talent can be a profound offering and service to the greater good. In giving generously of yourself while retaining respect for your innate value, you can and will attract generous support in return. And although it may arise through unexpected channels, and in receiving, your current sphere of knowledge or influence can expand. Choose your collaborators with care and wisdom, and the co-creations which eventuate can be an expression of divine grace. I like that. So I feel like what that's saying is we all have like a gift that we bring to the table. And I'm actually studying herbalism through Twin Star Tribe. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but I'm doing an herbalism course on there. This is the basics. I'm going to go a little bit farther if I can once this is done. But the first couple like things she talks about is so beautiful, like the way she expresses things, and I kind of feel like I'm where I need to be with them because of the way that they express things. And one of the things she had talked about is how herbalism is involved in all these different all around the globe. We all began the same way, using the plants around us, and we learn from other things. So sometimes people, especially more modern times, we kind of do that with herbalism. We also do that with spirituality, where we like, this is mine and that's mine. But at the same time, you do need to respect other people's cultures and something that maybe they're trying to hold on to. Like there's a lot of different culture spirituality where they like a tribe or something that they're trying to hold on to. But at the same time, the basics of it, the basics of understanding that we're all from the same thing, and that we all can benefit from the same type of honor and respect for the earth and for spirit. Anyway, so she explained that. It was really awesome. But anyway, that reminds me of this card. And I feel like that's a big thing, because I feel like that's what people do a lot of times with, they break things up. It's like, and I'm not picking on the Christians. I have been nice to them lately, and the twin flamers. I'm trying to be nice to everybody, but I feel it's the same way with religion too. I feel like, you have one branch of religion, like with even Christianity, and then they break it up into a million different pieces and say, well, this is better than that. You have a specific part. Now, this isn't just, I don't feel like this is just talking about like herbalism or spiritualism, but it's just that concept. So you have a talent and maybe somebody else does another thing. And sometimes we get like, and I'm an Aries, so a lot of times we have this like me first, and it seems like you're being selfish, but I feel like it's just a need to express yourself and say like, hey, I'm important too. So I feel like sometimes we do that, and we got to understand that other people need their time to shine, but we can shine ourselves too. And so not really worrying about what other people do, and kind of focus on what you can do and how you can do it best. And that's blending all that together is really how we make the best out of things. So I'm gonna start out with my crows because I love my crows. This morning it was like, I can't remember what I was doing. I was listening to something, and I think it was about it was a lecture that she was doing, and it was about how they really took medicine away from the women and really put that into like the churches. And I'm not knocking anybody, I'm just saying, like, back then that's how it kind of went. You know, you have people in leadership and that's what they do. Okay, we're gonna use the crows. Whoop, too much. All right. Okay, and if you are familiar with me, you know how I do. This is what we're doing right now, our feeling that we are in now, okay? Our energy now, whether that's us or what we need to work with. This is, sorry about the basement noise. This is what we need to work on, what we need to change. This is what we have around us, what abilities and what energy and maybe what resources we have. And this is kind of like the outcome that we're looking for. All right, I think I'm just gonna do 2 rows. Let's see what we got from there. If I need to clarify, I will. Okay, oh, I'm gonna have to cover up for boobies. Okay, so we got Judgment and the Star. So this is like, we're coming to a realization. Things are coming back around. So buried things are, do you see how like the birds are coming alive? This is, a lot of times people think of judgment as like a negative thing, like, you know, oh, you're gonna get yours. It's more about like an awakening, an understanding. And I feel like we're coming to that. And the star is, you know, that our hopes and dreams are coming to fruition. You know, that it's a good energy to be in. Okay, and then we have the Ten of Swords. So we have the Ten of Swords and the Nine of Swords. And that's what we need to work on. So I feel like, because Nine of Swords is, sometimes that's my being spiritual protected, but I also feel like that's being you're one step to that other part of your spiritual journey. And the Ten of Swords is like, you know, you're there. You know, you've learned all these things, you've learned all these lessons, all that hard stuff, especially with the swords. And this is wands, but that's why. But so the Nine of Wands, excuse me. I always feel like that's like being spiritually protected, or you are like a spiritual warrior. Or I also feel like sometimes that is your being resilient. And then the Ten of Swords, you know, that's I always feel like that's the end of overthinking. That's all these things that kind of like you've learned those lessons, those things that have hurt you, or those harsh things you've had to learn, and that kind of can help you on your journey. Okay. As far as what we have around us, we got Seven of Swords. And a lot of people look at Seven of Swords as a bad thing. I think it depends on which context. And this is what we have around us. So we have the ability to maneuver, and in the Rider-Waite, he's stealing the swords before the battle can happen, to kind of prevent harm from happening, being strategic. So we have that ability through what we've been through. We know how to strategize. In the Six of Pentacles, we have that twice. So I feel like we know how to give and take. We know how to be generous. We've had people be generous with us, and we're being generous with them. And we know how to give to other people because either through lessons we learned that other people showing us how to give, and us learning how beneficial it is to not only give but also to receive. So I feel like that's where this is. There's and sometimes that can be a strategy. If you're in a difficult situation or somebody's not being, you know, cooperative, sometimes just showing them a little bit of kindness can kind of open them up, or can kind of help somebody see your situation, right? Okay, so let's see the other card with that one. I'm hoping not to make this too long. I really want to get on a better schedule so these aren't at like midnight. But when you're a mama, that's what you do. Ooh, Queen of Wands, there I am. I'm an Aries, so I always say that. So the Queen of Wands, she is like at the top of her game. She's when you look at her, and who was I watching? I was watching a reading of where all the other queens are looking away. She's looking like all over. She's aware of her situation. She's somebody that, especially in this situation, she's passionate and she knows how to lead, but she also gives people the opportunity to lead too. Do you know what I mean? She's not like a somebody who leads with an iron fist. She's somebody who's passionate. She stands in her ground, but she's also somebody who's an encourager. She's an encourager. So I feel like that's what where we're being led to be. And I feel like that comes in context with this card, where we're asked to, you know, kind of look at not only what we can gain from people around us, but what we can give to them to kind of build on this movement. And I kind of feel like we are in a movement. We don't have to label it, because God, you know, I hate labels. So let's just not label it. But I feel like we're in a movement. So I'm going to finish out the night with this, my Crystal Angel Oracle. I don't know why I like saying it like that. I'm such a weirdo. But give it some context. And I hope you guys have a good weekend. I think it's St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. I'm not sure. I don't know. But I'm really bad about things like that. But okay, turquoise. You're on your spiritual path. Now, how many times do I get that one? Right? So your true beliefs are becoming clear to you, which prompts you to make necessary life changes. And for me, again, I say this all the time, the way that this is kind of turned about recently is, so this herbalism course that I've been looking at for years, I would say that like I've been looking into school for the last couple, I think the first time I looked into them was probably like 6 years ago. I've been looking to different schools, and they have like more of a spiritual aspect to it. So, and I just kind of really was awestruck by some of the similarities in my beliefs and how she was explaining things. But they don't have like a YouTube channel where I'd send stuff on it. But I don't know. I might post some things. But so I'm excited about that. I'm also doing astrology, and they also have a astrologic or herbal astrology course too. So I'm so excited. But I feel like that's where I've been led to go. I feel like maybe I wasn't to that right point to be able to do it, and now I am. So I'm excited. I'm gonna bring you guys along. One more before we go, and we have Moldavite. And this is, oh, I didn't tell you what that's, turquoise. Unconventionality, which I think, you know, I'm pretty much that. Your unique qualities are an important part of your life purpose. It's okay to feel and be different from others. And again, I think that brings us back to that card. And I think that's where we're at for today. And I love you guys, and I'll see you later.